Hi everyone, so welcome to week 3 officially, and we're going to be discussing group performance. So one question we have is, what success have you had when you have worked in groups? I've been experiencing that a lot lately, especially working with my colleagues at work, and a few of the successes are that we find better, more efficient ways of working together, getting tasks done. For example, one person is in charge of moving appointments while another person is making phone calls for patients that have left messages. And that has definitely lessened the stress that we have at work and to some extent. Also, while getting the job completely done instead of doing it halfway while getting other things done. So being able to find that, I guess that midpoint or like dividing responsibilities has been very helpful, and that can only have been successful if we have worked in groups while working together. And let's see, I think I'm gonna leave that as that. So the other question is, why are people so unwilling to admit that they do not exert maximum effort when working in groups? I think it has a lot to do with ego. One would feel like they definitely wants to contribute into a group, and nobody, I don't think, at least the majority of the people don't want to admit that they don't put maximum effort, even though they sometimes it can be very obvious that they don't, or they really internally they know they're not putting in enough effort. So I think preserving ego is definitely the answer to that question. And let's see. Given the results of the studies on social loafing, teams to get work the tendency to use teams to get work done a good or a bad idea? So the results for that are as followed. It states that high efficacy non-evaluated participants performed worse than evaluated participants, and low efficacy non-evaluated participants performed better than the evaluated participants. So just in case we need to get an understanding of self-efficacy, the theory states that people are motivated by their expectations about what they can do and their expectations about the likely consequences of their actions. So it does state, I think in regards to the results, if one did have high self-efficacy, and they were being evaluated, then they definitely, in that case, working in a group is a great idea. But if you have like low efficacy and you really just don't care or not motivated at all by the expectations, then working as a team really wouldn't make a difference, especially if you're not being, hold on, perform better. Especially, honestly, like if you had low self-efficacy, working as a team probably wouldn't even make a big difference or could be even a bad idea. But going into the high self-efficacy, I think it'll be a great idea in that sense, because working as a team, you're constantly being evaluated, especially if you have set responsibilities that you need to get done. You'll always be evaluated by someone else to make sure that part at least is getting done, because there should at least always be somebody who's taking care of the overall and just making sure everything is okay. So yeah, definitely high self-efficacy, good idea to be working in a team. um if it gets the work done, I guess to really answer the question, then it would be a good idea. And number 5, how do you take a group with one weak member and reach a successful income? I think when it comes to a weak member, you just have to find their particular strength and use that to the group's advantage. So I think I honestly can't remember, but this one actually just goes back to one of our courses in the previous trimester, in terms of instead of like trying to improve one's weakness, is better to improve one's strength. So I think that's something that in a group, if there is such thing as a weak member, definitely use that to their advantage. But you always have to like examine exactly what that person's strong spot is and use that, and hopefully that should help the team out. So that looks like it's it for this week. So as usual, please stay safe, wash your hands, drink plenty of water, and see you guys next week.